had the same simple agenda. They wanted their loved ones to accept who they are. If someone in your life has a problem with your identity, give us a call at Forgive or Forget. I'm Mother Love, and remember, never underestimate the power of forgiveness.
Introducing America Online new version 5.0. Now it's easier to stay in touch and even easier to get started. AOL new version 5.0. Sign up today.
Mommy, I feel hot.
It's time for Be Cool. Be Cool quickly absorbs and helps disperse heat.
So how do you feel now?
Cool and comfy.
Be Cool when your child feels hot.
Give your child the best holiday gift, the gift of reading from Hooked on Phonics, the gift that lasts a lifetime. To order Hooked on Phonics, call 1-800-READING.
Do what you love, the money will follow. Check out the Career Center at portland.citysearch.com, your online guide to local jobs.
Perk up your mornings with AM Northwest.
My parents like me to have a pager because if I'm at co-ed sleepovers and I'm grounded, they can page me.
You go to the co-ed sleepover and then you're grounded?
See what's brewing weekdays at 9 on AM Northwest.
Tonight on Access Hollywood.
Under no circumstances whatsoever that I have anything to do with a shooting.
Puff Daddy speaks out.
The Lopez inside story. You've heard the police reports, but who is the real Jennifer?
I always knew since she was a little girl that there was something special about her.
Jennifer Lopez's mother sits down with Access Hollywood.
What's the big reason why Jodie Foster backed out of the silent sequel?
It's the Seinfeld wedding details you haven't heard from the stylist who did Jessica's hair.
Jerry loved her, she loved her.
Before I even took the role of Ali, I was quite a specimen to begin with.
Big egos and network wars are fueling 2 Muhammad Ali TV movies.
I just want to be around people that love me and that I know and care about.
We're going to Maui.
Uncover Hollywood's Millennium Plans and hear why Denzel won't leave his house.
I'm not going back out again.
Attention Times Square autograph seekers. Scratch off Denzel. This is Access Hollywood for Tuesday, December 28th, 1999.
More details emerge in the Jennifer Lopez-Sean Puffy Combs story. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Robinson in for Nancy O'Dell.
Hello, Sean. Welcome. Hi, folks. I'm Pat O'Brien, and the continuing saga that sent 2 of the country's biggest stars to jail is what's happening today. Jennifer Lopez and Sean Puffy Combs have both been released, but this story is far from over. We're on the scene in New York City as the aftermath of a nightclub shooting hits day 2.
I do not own a gun, nor did I possess a gun that night.
What exactly happened at this New York nightclub early yesterday morning depends on whose story you believe. Today, Sean Puffy Combs, out on $10,000 bail after his arrest for criminal possession of a handgun, said he's guilty of nothing except being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I want to make this 100% clear. I had nothing to do with a shooting in this club. And I feel terrible that people were hurt that night.
It's been reported that the shooting may have been incited by Combs flaunting wads of cash at the club. And though it now seems that the music mogul has been cleared of the shooting itself, one witness reportedly states that Combs allegedly had a gun in his hand. Today, Combs expressed remorse for girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, who's been cleared of any charges. But she spent 14 hours in police custody, where she was reportedly handcuffed to a bench and often wept uncontrollably.
Yes, she is doing well. And I wish that the incident that we were not any place that an incident like that happened.
When I recently spent the day with Puff Daddy, who had trouble with the law just 8 months ago, he was oddly prophetic.
It was a situation where, I made a mistake, and I may have a couple more up in me.
Chances are the incident won't be detrimental to Puffy's bad boy image in the hip-hop world. But movie star Lopez may have more at stake. Her image has been squeaky clean. She's even been a spokesmodel for L'Oreal the last year and a half. Today, when we contacted L'Oreal, they said they'd have no comment on the situation at this time. Meantime, we spoke with Puff Daddy today by phone, and he reiterated that he had nothing to do with this incident. Regardless, Sean Puffy Combs has been ordered to answer charges in court on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And on New Year's Eve, we've learned Puffy will perform at MTV's Millennium Party, MTV Too Large. Coming up later in the show, the real Jennifer Lopez from the one woman who would know, Mom. Sean?
Well, Pat just called Jodie Foster a silenced lamb today as a major announcement about her next movie move is made. Anthony Hopkins may be ready for a Hannibal sequel, but it looks like Foster is fleeing. These are the headlines today in the Hollywood trade paper Daily Variety. Foster opts out of Hannibal. And now Access Hollywood can confirm that Jodie Foster is saying no to Hannibal, the sequel to her Oscar-winning role in 1991's The Silence of the Lambs. Foster had said that she stood to make the highest salary of her career if she agreed to do the film. And earlier this month, she told Access Hollywood she was waiting to see the script. According to Variety reporter Charles Lyons, she did see the script, but an upcoming project with Claire Danes took precedence.
My sources tell me that it had less to do with the script and the project and more to do with the fact that Claire was available and her heart was more into doing the Flora Plum project.
Meantime, her Lambs co-star Anthony Hopkins told us earlier this month that he is going to do the sequel. So now the big question is, can the movie be made without Jodie?
This thing is on the fast track. Apparently the studio, Universal, is quite happy with the screenplay. One can only assume that they're going to go ahead with it, with or without Jodie.
Well, as for Jodie's next movie, Flora Plum, she'll be behind the camera directing. You can see Jodie on the big screen right now in the lush epic Anna and the King. And later in the show, we'll get an up-close and personal view with Jodie's sexy co-star, Chow Yun-fat, or as he has been called, the Tom Cruise of Asia. That's coming up. And now the Tom Cruise of Access Hollywood, Pat O'Brien.
My goodness, thank you. They fooled the press, and we tried to fool you there and pulled off the wedding surprise of the year. But we've learned a little secret about Jerry Seinfeld's missus, Jessica Sklar, the man behind her marital do. Jessica Sklar's wedding hairdo is on the brink of becoming the style of the moment. The elegant coif was created by Maine man Oscar Blondie, whose Plaza Hotel salon is one of Manhattan's ritziest. His clients include celebrities Kelly Preston and John Travolta, Renee Zellweger, Laura Flynn Boyle, Robin Williams, Katie Holmes, and now Jerry's bride.
Jessica has beautiful eyes, and I think an incredible cheekbone shape that comes down. So I wanted to create something pulled back so I emphasize that beauty much more.
Just hours before the I do's, Blondie added extensions to Jessica's shoulder-length locks, pulled the hair back into a ponytail, braided it, wrapped the braids around a sleek bun like this.
We wanted to create something very clean, very sweet, like Grace Kelly, very serene.
What did the happy couple think of the much-hyped hairdo?
She was totally happy. She told me Jerry loved it, she loved it.
Up next on Access Hollywood, Ali TV.
This has to be the most coveted role in Hollywood.
The Muhammad Ali TV movies. Meet the two men who will portray boxing's biggest legend.
Forget about the run-in with the cops and get the inside track on Jennifer's Bronx beginning. From the house to the 8th grade photos and her dateless Friday nights. And
they say you're the Tom Cruise of Asia.
I'm Jim Carrey.
Nancy introduces you to Hollywood's hottest new import and lands herself in the hot seat.
Should I buy you a dinner?
That's coming up.
Access Hollywood brought to you by the irresistible taste that makes you say, did somebody say McDonald's?
Did you remember your class schedule?
Yes, Dad.
And your laptop?
I remembered. Bye.
To help you prepare for your child's future, this week at McDonald's, your Ronald Scholars Happy Meal toy could contain a $25,000 scholarship.
Dad, I did forget one thing.
What?
I love you.
KJ McAllister mailed in her entry. Beverly Cook mailed in her entry. But this Super Bowl Sunday, you could win $21 million without mailing in an entry. Publishers Clearinghouse introduces PCH.com. Just go online, enter, and you could win $21 million. Of course, if you want to mail it in, that'll work too. So watch your mail or go to PCH.com. And on Super Bowl Sunday, the $21 million winner could be you.
Streisand's New Year's Eve blowout is not sold out. Which hitmakers are still scrambling to fill their stadiums for the big night? Find out tomorrow on Access Hollywood.
Here's a great way to connect with the spirit of the holidays and light up the lives of some special children. KATU invites you to the Miracle of a Million Lights, where a portion of your admission goes to Camp You Can Do, a place where kids with cancer can leave their worries behind and just be kids for a week. So come light up your life and send some special kids to camp. The Miracle of a Million Lights, a spectacular holiday display, runs through December 30th at the Queen Anne Victorian Mansion in North Portland.
In nature, we see reflections of our children. The tree is the strong one, the ocean rambunctious and untamed, and the sky the absolute dreamer. Like our children, each brings something wonderful and unique. They add color, they bring life, but most of all, they amaze. They can be as large as a mountain or as small as a blade of grass. Yet in the eyes of importance, they are all the same size. And to choose the sky over the water would be like choosing one child over the next. An impossibility as large as the world itself. Earthshare, the world's leading environmental groups working together.
To learn how you and your employer can help, please visit our website.
Fox or ABC, it's the controversy behind the dueling Muhammad Ali dramas. Which network will make it to the air first with the tale of the greatest? And the winner is, ding, ABC, which will hit the tube January 10th with King of the World. Today, however, we're taking you on the set of both movies to meet the guys playing the greatest. Meet the men who would be Ali, Terrence Howard and David Ramsey.
Well, this has to be the most coveted role in Hollywood. I mean, to play the greatest of all time.
You know something? I was watching a list in Shadowbox the other day. His shadow wall.
Ramsey has the honor of portraying the greatest in Fox's 2-hour movie, Ali, An American Hero. Indeed, Ramsey not only has the moves, he shows some of the champ's cockiness as well.
Before I even took the role of Ali, I was quite a specimen to begin with. I always been pretty, all right? I'm so pretty I should be chiseled in gold, just like Ali.
Action, on it.
On the set of ABC's King of the World, Terrence Howard seems to have all the right moves as he and Steve Harris of The Practice recreate the Sonny Liston fight. So far, Howard has impressed at least one important critic, Ali's former trainer, Angelo Dundee.
I showed him the body jab, chin jab. I showed him hook off the belly jab. He's a very good pupil. I can make him a fighter, really.
Though Howard isn't promising a perfect Ali imitation, he says he knows what it takes to deliver a powerful blow to the competition.
They got David Ramsey. He's a great actor. I like him. Now, he may be able to read the lines, but that spirit, no.
Oh, look at that body.
Along with the talk, there is still a tremendous amount of awe and respect for the man himself and a self-imposed need to get it right.
You have to, after you look at all the tapes, after you read all the books, you just have to hope to God that you possess his spirit and do the man justice.
Right to the body again.
Right here.
I think I have a greater responsibility than just to Ali. It's more so to everyone that will watch it, because this is an opportunity for everyone to see who he really was.
He was the greatest. Ali is hot topic right now. A big screen story is in the works with Will Smith in talks to play the greatest of them all. over to you, Sean Roberts.
All right, Pat. Well, you may not know this actor's work all that well, but in his native country, he is huge. Our Nancy O'Dell checks in with China's Chow Yun-fat to see why he may be famous for action, but he wants to be the king of sex appeal.
He's been hailed as the coolest actor in the world, the Tom Cruise of Asia, thanks to cult classics like The Killer. But now Asian superstar Chow Yun-fat has traded in his guns for a crown, playing the leader of Siam in Anna and the King.
This, my son, is your new teacher.
It is a great honor, Your Highness. He tells our Nancy O'Dell the mellow move is a welcome change.
Is that what you want to do more of, show more of the softer side?
Oh, it's more comfortable because if you're holding the guns, it's cool and heavy. If you're holding a lady, it's more soft and warm.
It is my pleasure that you live in the palace.
Playing a king is fitting for Chow, seeing he's treated like royalty back home. A veteran of more than 70 Hong Kong films, he's a cultural icon in his native China. Co-star Jodie Foster calls Chow the most famous person in Asia.
He and I would go out, we would surrounded by people asking for his autograph. And I mean, he can't really walk on the streets anywhere in Asia. People would put their coats on me.
She said that actually people didn't even notice her. They'd throw her coats on her, and they were falling all over you.
Because they got paid. They're extras.
Are you ready after this movie to become an American sex symbol?
Yes, ma'am. I'm dying for it.
Chow's well on his way, having already been dubbed sexiest action star by People magazine. But forever humble, he scoffs at any comparisons to Tom Cruise. Ironically, his good friend, director John Woo, just directed Cruise in the upcoming Mission Impossible 2.
And he should have had you in Mission Impossible 2.
Me?
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
With Tom Cruise?
Maybe two sex symbols in the same movie wouldn't work.
He's too handsome.
But they say you're the Tom Cruise of Asia.
I'm Jim Carrey.
Chow is clearly modest, not to mention charming.
Should I buy you a dinner?
Sure.
Nancy, well, there's one place you won't see Chow's new movie, Anna and the King. It's been officially banned in Thailand. The country's censorship board today banned the movie, saying it's irreverent and historically inaccurate in its portrayal of the country's monarchy. For everyone else, it's in theaters right now. Pat.
Well, Sean, the countdown continues. Y2K is just 3 days away, and Hollywood is gearing up for 2000. So, will the stars be throwing huge parties and dropping thousands on champagne and caviar?
If I get past the hangover, I'll be all right.
I haven't yet decided what to do on New Year's Eve.
I decided to be with the family.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Time to party down with just 3 days before it's not 1999. But maybe not so. The Hollywood buzz among the celebrity set keep a low profile.
Staying home, man. Staying home.
The last time we went out for New Year's, maybe about, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, we went to a party, and there was a party on the way to where we were going, and the police had stopped, and they weren't letting anybody up the hill, and I got out the car, and they're like, we'll arrest you, get back in the car. I'm like, I'm not going back out again.
I just want rather be around people that love me and that I know and care about. And I just not interested in being around strangers.
But being in the center of things is just where Angelina Jolie wants to be.
I want to see New York. I want to see, I want to see, the Big Apple kind of rock.
For some of Hollywood's shiniest, there are plans that border on the exotic side, from Dharma and Greg star Jenna Elfman, who's making a new century statement, to Frasier's Kelsey Grammer and his wife. They plan on being laid for the millennium.
We're going to Maui, and we're going to sit on the patio of our new home in Maui and watch the fireworks and raise a glass of, cider.
I thought I'd go somewhere else, a little more exotic, bring in the family. It'll be nice.
The question is, who's singing us into the next millennium? Well, tomorrow we're checking in on the hottest acts of the big night, from Barbra Streisand in Vegas to Mr. Smith, who's going to Washington, as in Will. We're behind the scenes for the latest on Millennium Madness.
Next on Access Hollywood.
When Jennifer comes home, it's not like she's a celebrity.
The sit-down interview with Jennifer Lopez's mother. We go back to the Bronx to find out the one thing the megastar was never able to give her mom. Tonight's Inside Story is moments away.
Why did the frog cross the road?
didn't. One of the greatest video game heroes is back. Frogger on CD-ROM. He's revised, rebuilt, and ready to hop like never before for PC and the PlayStation game console.
Hey, buddy, you okay?
What makes the fiber in Citracel fiber therapy so special? Of all these fiber therapies, only Citracel's fiber can't ferment to produce excess gas. And only Citracel's fiber is 100% soluble. For effective relief, choose Citracel.
Who sprinkled you with horny dust this morning?
I loved her my whole life. You know, if I thought I had a chance, I'd get down on my knees and ask her to marry me right now.
From the moment I saw you, I didn't want anybody else. I didn't care about anybody else.
I might kiss you.
You helped me with that kiss. I love you, Lindsay. For the rest of my life.
In nature, we see reflections of our children. The tree is the strong one, the ocean rambunctious and untamed, and the sky the absolute dreamer. Like our children, each brings something wonderful and unique. They add color, they bring life, but most of all, they amaze. They can be as large as a mountain or as small as a blade of grass. Yet in the eyes of importance, they are all the same size. And to choose the sky over the water would be like choosing one child over the next. An impossibility as large as the world itself. Earthshare, the world's leading environmental groups working together.
To learn how you and your employer can help, please visit our website.
Welcome back, everyone. In dollars and deals today, the biggest selling albums of the year have been calculated. And the winning group is, well, let's just say it's those guys who sing I Want It That Way, and they got their way with fans. They're the tops. According to Billboard, the Backstreet Boys had the best-selling album of 1999. Since its release in May, their CD Millennium has sold over 10 million copies. They were followed by Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, which sold 10 million copies. Third was Shania Twain's Come On Over, which totaled 9 million. Boy band NSYNC's self-titled CD was right behind Shania. And Ricky Martin was Livin' La Vida Loca at number 5, selling over 6 million copies of his self-titled CD. Newcomer Lou Bega also had a banner year with his hit Mambo number 5. Now he's recorded a toned-down version for the kids.
You have to change a few phrases, like the liquor store is the candy store now.
We were on the set as he shot the video. The revamped song will appear on Walt Disney Records' Radio Disney Jams 2, which hit stores in February. Lou also has another new video, Tricky Tricky, which is all over MTV now.
Sure is. Now, Jennifer Lopez broke onto the music scene this year, and her debut album, On the 6th, sold more than 2 million copies. It's been a great year for Lopez, despite yesterday's brush with the NYPD and her boyfriend, Sean Puffy Combs' arrest. What the future holds for the actress-singer is anybody's guess, but one woman knows Jennifer's star will continue to rise, her mom. The real Jennifer Lopez is today's Inside Story.
I know she's a big movie star to people and all that, and role models, which is great. I think that's wonderful. But she's just Jennifer to me.
Jennifer Lopez's mom, Lupe, talks about her daughter as the sweet young girl from the Bronx that she was and will always be.
When Jennifer comes home, it's not like she's a celebrity. You know, to us anyway, she's just Jennifer. She's just my daughter, you know, my husband's daughter, our sister, granddaughter, whatever.
Last October, Access Hollywood went home to Jennifer's hometown in the Bronx, New York, and visited Holy Family, the Catholic school she attended Her mom, still a kindergarten teacher at the school, tells us Jennifer was always destined for stardom.
I always knew since she was a little girl that there was something special about her because she was always acting when she was a little girl. And whatever she tried, she always was very good at it.
Jennifer frequently comes back to share her stories with the children who hope to follow in her footsteps.
I want to be just like her and be like a model, and I want to be on television and just be like her when I grow up.
So we know what Jennifer is now, a huge superstar with recording contracts and top billings at the box office. But what do you think this glamour queen would be if she wasn't on the silver screen?
Probably a lawyer. Well, that's what I always aspired for her. I wanted her to be a lawyer, so.
Long before Puffy, there were all these schoolboys Jennifer drove wild. Those who didn't quite see the potential of this little girl from the Bronx.
A lot of guys now that, like, you know, dropped her, wish they hadn't.
Jennifer's dad is David Lopez, who runs a computer operation for an insurance company. As far as Jennifer's movie career, she recently finished filming a thriller called The Cell, where she plays a research scientist who enters the mind of a serial killer. Sean?
Well, Pat, next, Katie Couric gets goofy and Matt Lauer misses his cue. Some moments to remember coming up next.
Hi, I'm Sharon Kitzhaber. As parents, we want our children to grow up strong and healthy. Some young Oregonians won't. There's an invisible danger in our homes. It's called lead poisoning. Lead poisoning comes from the places we live, eat, breathe, and sleep, our homes. Homes built before 1978 use lead-based paint that may still be present. As paint ages and sanding or scraping occurs, it can create a fine powder called lead dust. Dust that can get everywhere. Dust that can be ingested by young children as they explore their world through touch. Exposure to lead can lead to lower intelligence, create behavioral problems, and even cause attention deficit disorder. A simple blood test will tell you if your child has been exposed to lead. Contact your pediatrician or your county health department for more information. Test your kids, check your home, and help your child live lead-free.
Hello, my name's Terry Baker. I'm a Vietnam veteran. Today, many of America's veterans face a silent enemy, a blood-borne disease called hepatitis C. Symptoms can remain hidden for more than 20 years, even as the disease destroys their livers. Why are veterans at risk? Wounded soldiers receive blood transfusions. Medics and nurses were exposed to the blood of the men and women that they treated. The consequences? Exposure to blood infected with the virus that can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, liver cancer, and even death. Roughly 1 out of 8 U.S. veterans have hepatitis C, and they're not the only ones at risk. Overall, an estimated 4 million Americans are affected, and most still don't know it. Recently, I learned I had the hepatitis C virus. Then I learned all the facts, not only about treatments that could save my life, but also how not to transmit the virus to others. Please get tested, get treated, if not for yourself, for your family.
Closed captioning and other consideration for Access Hollywood provided by...
Oh, I should have used Preparation H. Cool it fast with Preparation H Cooling Gel. Cools on contact for fast relief. Preparation H Cooling Gel cools on contact.
Many women don't do anything about the risk of osteoporosis until menopause. But if you've turned 40, you're already losing bone mass. I'm past 40 now, but I don't worry. Because I take Oscal every day. I call it my osteoporosis insurance. Only Oscal has been proven effective in more clinical studies and comes from a natural calcium source and has been recommended by more doctors than Caltrate and Citracal combined. Don't wait until menopause. If you're over 40, don't take chances. Take Oscal.
And welcome back, everyone. Well, the Today Show and one of their funny moments of the year make our moment today.
Time to go back to Matt aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt. Matt?
Man, what the hell is that? Is that veal? What is this, dinner?
From Today's Show laughs to a man who made us all smile for years, Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger, died today.
Moore was 85 years old and died of a heart attack. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Good night.
Good night, King Wasabi. On the next Access Hollywood, we begin our farewell to the 20th century, and here's our goal.
To make the world the most beautiful, peaceful place that it can be.
So we're going to begin by making lists. The winners and losers in TV, film, music, fashion. We may even go back and ponder that outfit Celine Dion wore this year. We might even begin a Star Wars countdown. Well, we're not going to go that far. But you want an interesting look at the century? We've got it. Then, what are you doing New Year's Eve? Going to a concert? Barbara and Billy and others are. The question is anybody going to join them? Or you could pay to hear the artist sing a song Prince recorded in 1982. Who knew he'd still be singing 1999? Then, want to fight? Remember,
To make the world the most beautiful, peaceful place that it can be.
But we've got Reuben Hurricane Carter talking about how it wasn't always about the fight. Hurricane and the good fight. So, there you have it. As it turns out, he's like a fine wine. Lack of interest means you may be at home online. Do we really want to listen to 1999? Until next time, thanks for watching.
We have the choice of what kind of world we want to have in the next 100 years.
Even to sing 1999. Good night, everybody.
Here are some fun ways to make a difference.
All hands on deck. Let's move.
Red, tag him to trauma.
TNT, 5 nights a week. See it every weeknight at 7 Pacific, only on TNT.
ER is brought to you in part by Northwest Ford Dealers, home of the best-selling cars and trucks in America.
Men, do you want to see your abs and increase muscle definition? Women, how would you like a toned body with cellulite-free hips and thighs? Turn these visions into reality with the best-selling video, Fitness Made Simple, hosted by fitness celebrity John Bastow.
In 8 weeks, I totally transformed my body from this to this. Fitness Made Simple worked for me, and it can work for you too.
Order Fitness Made Simple by calling toll-free and be on the way to building the body of your dreams.